The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. I'm murderous. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing.
Tout le monde haïtien, como ye. God save the Queen.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Freedom March, broadcasting live here on ILTV in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace, and the world should know it by now. I'm a member of the Holy Roman Catholic Church here on the island of New Providence. My spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, has contacted me to say he's on his way to the show. Well, we have some sad news. Sir Geoffrey Johnstone, a former deputy to the Governor General and a former leader of the opposition United Bahamian Party, that's the UBP. He passed away at 3 a.m. this morning. A few minutes ago, I contacted his widow, Lady Anne Johnstone, for confirmation of his death, and she has confirmed that he passed away at Doctor's Hospital. When I return, I shall talk about Sir Geoffrey Johnstone from my memory. He was very instrumental in uniting the opposition after the late Cecil Wallace Whitfield, Arthur Foulkes, Orville Turnquest, and others, who became known as the Dissident 8+1. So Orville is the other one. And they broke away from Pinling and the PLP. They didn't call themselves the Free PLP, but with the assistance of the UBP, they united. So we'll talk about Sir Geoffrey Johnstone. It's a very interesting story. And the leader of the opposition, he has issued a statement. Today is Betty Bullitt's birthday. She was born the 4th of August, 1947. She shares birthday with Papa, the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. Betty promises me a piece of cake. Papa, may I come around for a piece of cake? We'll talk about Papa's birthday and Betty Bullitt's birthday and everybody else who was born today, August the 4th. So, folks, there are some things on my mind. And as you know, the Emancipation celebration begins in Fox Hill. It was in 1834 that it is reported that Auntie Vicky, that's Queen Victoria, is said to have emancipated the slaves. And I perhaps will look at some of the King George III Negroes. So that is some of the exciting things on my mind. And this morning, I thought I was safely hidden. And lo and behold, Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Minnis caught me, and I couldn't escape. I'll talk about it as I continue to hide this Emancipation holiday. This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and happy Emancipation Day to all the Negro people and their descendants. Be right back. Just hold on.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and as you are aware, the holidays are upon us. The Negro people will be celebrating emancipation, and I'm told that there's going to be great excitement in the eastern part of the island, historic Fox Hill. I don't know what I'm going to do, but who knows? I might go down there to see my people, the Negro people. I want to start the show off by making a shout out to a wonderful Negro lady who resides in Cooperstown, Abaco, Victoria Cox. How are you, my dear? I have been told by your niece, Snowflake, that you are one of the woman them. I'm so excited that our influence has reached Cooperstown. Listen, I was supposed to give you a shout out yesterday, but you know the F&M, they lock up the former minister, Shane Gibson, and cart him off to the magistrate court. So that had me so busy, and I apologize. But listen, I know you must be a wonderful woman. And guess what? My mother, she's a Cox, okay? And all the Cox them, they're family, from the Takes and Cakers, and they flow right into Auckland and Crooked Island and straight up the shore, okay? So I'm happy to give you a shout out. And Yvette Adderley, listen, I met your husband, Troy Clark, and I was excited when he said to me that you are one of the woman them. So I salute you. And guess what? I knew your husband from he was a young baker. He would have been about 17 to 18 years old. Okay? So I wanted to give you that salute out. Happy birthday to Miss Betty Bullitt. She's one of the woman them. Her and Papa, the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. They have one thing in common. Both of them were born August the 4th, 1947. Papa born in Grand Bahama. I forgot to ask Betty where she was born. I'm certain she was born in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So Betty is 70 and Papa is 70. Now Betty promised me a piece of cake, and Papa, listen, for your 70th birthday, listen, I won't come to the party because I know they're having a big party for you. Okay, Papa? And if I can't come to the party, save me a piece of cake. So happy birthday to the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram and Betty Bullitt. So this is powerful indeed. Well, let me start off. I have a statement that was issued by the leader of the opposition, Philip Brave Davis, in response to the arrest and subsequent charging of the Honorable Shane Gibson. And I'm going to read it. And this statement I'm quoting is from Philip Brave Davis, the leader of the opposition. I was appalled and outraged at the way Shane Gibson, my former cabinet colleague, was dealt with by the police today. It was obvious that the man was in physical pain. I'm advised that he is recently recovering from surgery. It appears that none of this was taken into account as he was dragged to court, hobbling this afternoon. In fact, he had crutches medically ordered because of his condition, and they were deliberately taken away by the police. His rights did not end upon his detention, arrest, or having been charged. It is the enjoyment of rights that preserve the dignity of human existence. PLPs and others of goodwill are unsettled about what is taking place and where this is taking this country. While we are slave shaming former ministers of the government in non-violent alleged infractions of the law, there has been an avalanche of violence in criminal activities in our island, which the FNM has been unable to staunch. It is simply shameful what transpired today. The appropriate legal redress must follow. The PLPs are going to be asked to come together shortly to demonstrate our contempt for these inhumane actions. This is a statement issued by Her Majesty the Queen, opposition leader Philip Brave Davis, yesterday. I'll come back to talking about it and analyzing it. For many of you young people, you would not be aware of Sir Geoffrey Adams let me get his name correctly. For many of you Bahamians, you would not be aware of Sir Geoffrey Adams Dinwiddie Johnstone. Well, he passed away today at 3 a.m. this morning in Doctor's Hospital. I spoke a few minutes ago with his widow, Lady Anne Johnstone, who confirmed for me the passing of Sir Geoffrey. I knew Sir Geoffrey Johnstone personally. So if I was walking along the street, he knew me. On many occasions, I attended political meetings at Sir Geoffrey Johnstone's office, the old Higgs and Johnstone Law Chamber, located now where the Brazilian Embassy is located on Shirley Street, opposite where the United States government is building their embassy. So, Sir Geoffrey has passed away. In 1971, if I have it correctly, 1970-71, when the PLP had a split, you would recall, history would have taught us that there was a vote of no confidence in Pinling, culminating in the either expulsion or resignation of Cecil Wallace Whitfield, Arthur Folks, and a number of other PLPs. And as a result of that, there began negotiation between those who call themselves Free PLP and the UBP. The UBP was the government of the Bahamas, but was defeated in 1967. Geoffrey Johnstone, as he was, became leader of the opposition. And Sir Geoffrey was very unselfish in the interest of creating a united opposition against Pinling and the PLP. He conceded many things to the black partners that would have been led by Whitfield and those, because Sir Geoffrey was the last emperor of the UBP. He was the king of the UBP. That's what he was. He was extremely a powerful man, because the PLP having defeated the UBP, people like Sir Stafford Sands, who was the finance minister, but in fact, notwithstanding that Brent Sumner Daddy was the premier, it was Stafford Sands who in fact was de facto leader of the UBP. And so Stafford Sands at some point pick up his Johnny bundle and he break off run. Went somewhere in Europe, maybe Spain, I don't know. All right? But Geoffrey Johnstone, he made a powerful contribution. I don't know. If I were to be objective and tell you of some of the things he has done, many of the Negroes in the FNM would be very upset. All right? Take, for instance, Sir Geoffrey Johnstone. He was the king of the Monarchy constituency. And at one point, he conceded the seat to Sir Orville Turnquest. Another point, he gave the seat to the late Sir Kendall Isaac. There was another point when he rewarded Henry Bostwick Sr. And he gave Henry Bostwick the seat, molecule. It was perhaps 100% white. And Johnstone, he owned the seat. And he gave it to them. There was a point when there was a split in the F&M. And Johnstone, being one of the power brokers, they got together and they decided that they needed an Afro-Bahamian to lead it. And it was then that they had elevated Mr. Henry Bostwick, who, upon recognizing that he had been given all of this power by the UBP, and when he tasted the cup, he told the media how bitter the cup was. But he closed his eye and he drank from that bitter cup. So Geoffrey Johnstone played a powerful role. When Pinling began the march towards independence, there were many of those Negroes who comprised the leadership of the UBP, no, the F&M, please forgive me. Many of the Negroes who comprise the leadership of the F&M. And you might be seeing me smiling. I'm smiling because they don't like me to say these things. It appears that they are embarrassed over the history. And that is why there is a smile or a grin on my face. And when Cecil Wallace Whitfield and others began to argue with Pinling over independence, Pinling say, independence now. Cecil Wallace Whitfield say, independence but not now. Geoffrey Johnstone, he put aside emotionalism and he told the conquistadors, he said, listen, independence is inevitable. And Geoffrey Johnstone was a major fundraiser for the F&M. If they need little money, they call Sir Geoffrey. And Sir Geoffrey find the money. They don't like me saying these things. That's why I'm smiling. Because many of them are upset. And perhaps I won't tell you today all the things that Sir Geoffrey has done for them. You say? I'm not going to say it because they're going to get mad. So let me give you another story about Sir Geoffrey. Sir Geoffrey Adam Dinwiddie Johnstone. He is related to the Camps. You know Audley Camp on East Street, who got the liquor store or who had the liquor store? He's dead. He has a son named Michael Camp. Michael is deceased too. He's a former attorney at law. Well, Audley Camp and Sir Geoffrey Johnstone, they are blood relatives. All right? So while Sir Geoffrey Johnstone is European, he has quite a number of mixed race relatives living right there on East Street. So if you run into any of Audley Camp's children, well, it would not be unreasonable to extend their sympathies. And I'm able to say it because Sir Geoffrey Johnstone told me. All right? I knew him very well. That's why I'm telling you, if I run on, the F&M is going to be upset. In 1987, retired Justice Janie Thompson and I, how should I use the word? I can't find a good word. I don't want to use the word sabotage because it might be disrespectful to Miss Janie Thompson. So I'm going to say that we found a legal method to frustrate the F&M when they camped out in Sir Geoffrey's office and they brought in all them foreign lawyers to challenge the PLP in the 1987 election. And Jenny, she didn't know, but I complained to her. I said, listen, you mean to tell me the F&M can't find no Bahamian? So she said to me, what you mean by that? I said, man, they got Geoffrey Johnstone office full of a bunch of foreigners. and me and her fixed that. I don't want to run on too much because the F&M will get mad. But in 87, Jenny Thompson, who was then the vice president, I think, of the Bahamas Bar Association, I just complained to her because I had to attend those meetings. I won't tell you why I have to attend those meetings today, because, you know, the PLP might get mad and say, you mean to tell me 30 years ago, Monker was helping the F&M. So I'm not going to run on, but I'll tell you another time. So Sir Geoffrey Johnstone was born the 19th of September, 1927. He's 90 years old, and his health began to deteriorate over, you know, a couple of years, because most mornings when I go for an early morning walk, you can find Sir Geoffrey very early in the morning, you know, exercising. It was him when I was faced with a legal problem, which I shall not tell you, nothing criminal, but a very powerful legal problem. And I was talking with an attorney who displeased me, and I said to him, listen, I don't like your argument, so I'm going to ask the white man. So he said to me, why are you talking about you and ask the white man? I said, well, it's Geoffrey Johnstone them who write this. And I went to see him. And then after I finished talking with him, he then suggested that I go to see Peter McPherson Christie, who's another king of the UBP. And by the time they finished talking to me, would you believe I won? Yeah. So I always kept my County Joe connection. So Geoffrey Johnstone has made a powerful contribution to the politics of the country, notwithstanding the many bad truths about the UBP and many of its policies. But there were many, many positive contributions. So I thought I had to tell you that Sir Geoffrey Johnstone, he was the last reigning emperor of the UBP. And in 1992, when Hubert Ingram came to power, he recognized Sir Geoffrey Johnstone's political influence, and he elevated him to deputy to the Governor General. I don't want to run on. It will upset them, okay? I don't know why they're ashamed of the history, but they're ashamed. And I won't say any more. To Mrs. Eileen Karen DePuge, Sir Geoffrey is dead. He's a good man. May he rest in peace and rise in glory. He was a true patriot who recognized that Penling was correct with independence, and he did not frustrate the struggle for independence when many of the Negroes in the F&M did. So Geoffrey, rest in peace.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. My spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is in the house. Bradley, how are you?
I'm doing very well, Senator.
Well, while you were on your way to the studio, I announced that Sir Geoffrey Johnstone, a former leader of the UBP and a former deputy to the Governor General, he passed away this morning.
Okay, how unfortunate.
I don't know if you did know.
I heard the name often. How old is he?
He's 90 years old.
Okay.
Born September the 19th, 1927.
Okay.
In 1962, when the woman them got the right to vote, there was a general election of November 1962. And Pendon and the PLP, notwithstanding that they got the popular vote, the UBP won the general election. And one of the problems that they discovered among the Negro women, them, who were voting, they said how Sir Geoffrey was so handsome and had good hair, and how Brent Seminit, older brother, Robert Seminit, the late Robert Seminit, how handsome they were, and how they had curly hair. So Pendleton had to preach in the following election to ignore that kind of vagueness. But Sir Geoffrey Johnstone, he surrendered his seat in September, I think, of 1972, as the UBP and the Free PLP, they came together. And many of the Negro supporters in the FNM sometimes like to play down the role that Sir Geoffrey played. And he's in fact a patriarch of the party. And the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram, recognizing his role, you see, rewarded him by appointing him as one of the deputies to the Governor General, you see.
Okay, okay.
But I want to leave it like that because there are things that I can say that will hurt the feelings of some of my Negro brothers in the FNM.
I figured that, yeah.
So, my spiritual advisor, will you say a little prayer today, or there's no prayer today? You might as well say a small one.
What do you want me to pray for?
Pray that God would bless the Bahamas and change the hearts of those of us who continue to sin.
Listen, you know, God has always been blessing the Bahamas. You know, Mr. Munker, the greatest thing that we're lacking over the years is we just need good governance. If we get good governance, I think the country will be a better place for Bahamians to enjoy. That is what we need, good governance.
Not Jesus.
Of course, everybody, that's number one. But, you know, we're talking about what we can pray for. We're going to pray to Jesus that we get good governance.
Well, say a small prayer, my spiritual advisor.
Yeah, let's pray. Father in heaven, we are so thankful to you once again for blessing us with this beautiful place we call the Bahamas. Continue to bless us, Father, and continue to provide the government of the Bahamas with guidance and direction to govern its people accordingly. These favors and blessings we ask in your Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
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 So, my folks, there's a holiday coming. So perhaps you can say starting today, as Papa kicks off his 70th birthday celebration straight into Emancipation Day. It's a holiday until Tuesday. So I want to look a little at emancipation and to point out to those of us who are the descendants of the slave and the slave owner, how we have to be responsible as a people and how we have to control, you know, our hearts and our minds and our passion, and how we have to make sure that this celebration is peaceful. The police has assured the public that they will have the center of emancipation, Foxhill, under good security. And I'm going to call on young people who have the propensity to be stupid doing holidays. Calm down and let's have fun. Let's enjoy the anniversary of our emancipation. And as the late, great national hero of Jamaica would have said, Bob Marley, he would have said to us, had he been alive, but he continued to tell us through his music that we should emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. And if you are indeed a free people, it means that you have to learn to control your crime. My spiritual advisor, I happens to be at a certain place early in the morning because, you know, this is the weekend and this is when I hide from the Prime Minister.
Why do you continue to say that, Mr. Monica? Because, I mean, quite frankly, that makes no sense to me. You continue to talk about how you're going to be hiding. Why do you want to hide from the Prime Minister? The Prime Minister's not after you. The Prime Minister's after those people who been doing some things. You've been doing some things?
When I started to give you a conversation about early this morning, can you remember what I began to say?
I'm trying to remember. I forget very quickly nowadays. I get so many things in my mind.
What is
but
on your mind?
Refresh my memory, man.
I began to tell you that early this morning, I happened to be at a certain place.
Okay.
And then my security was not on the alert.
Oh, okay.
And then a Negro man said to me, there were a contingent of people coming in. And I misunderstood him. Do you know the Prime Minister showed up? He showed up.
Where was this?
I know you not know this place. I just told you a story. Stop asking me where it was, because if I wanted to say that, I would say it.
And what happened? What happened?
Right? I will give you the call.
Okay.
Bagay tout droit.
Okay.
All right? Don't do that to me. When I talk to you in parable, you must understand.
Okay, okay.
All right?
And what happened?
Well, one security went to the western door. Another one stood at the southern door. Right?
The western door.
And then all of a sudden, my security said to me, just relax. And the Prime Minister showed up. And I wanted to jump and run out of the place.
Why don't you greet him and congratulate him, on his elevation to Prime Minister of the country? Because you haven't done that yet. You know what I mean? I'm suspicious, man. I'm suspicious. I believe you ain't saved, You're supposed to go to the Prime Minister.
And the Prime Minister, he sat, shook the people's hand. I didn't know what to do. But I returned the shake. And the Prime Minister asked me some serious questions. Okay? And so I'm going to talk to Sabas. Sabas, wherever you are, the Prime Minister asked me question. All right? Sabas. The Prime Minister asked me a question. He wanted to know where I was working. So I told him I was working with Sabats. He said, you have a contract? I said, well, there's a contract, but it's very complex, so the lawyers are looking at it. Man, he asked me so much questions, I didn't know what to do. I said, Sabats, you're not to allow the F&M to cause you to fire me. That's the first thing. Secondly, as the PM began to talk to me, I said to myself, what is this? And as he talked to me, he talked. So I said to him, is there a vacancy open at ZNS?
I wish I was there.
Huh?
I wish I was there. I wish I had been
So
there.
he told me that ZNS was extremely professional and how there's no political interference. I don't know what that means.
Well.
So all day, I've been going to various people for interpretation. And then he wanted to know if I was happy. So I said, yeah, I'm happy right here with Sabats and the people there. So, I don't know, right? But I saw the PM.
You saw him?
Yeah.
I wish I was there. The last time both you and I shook Dr. Minnie's hand, and I wish I was there, before he became Prime Minister, he said something that I was concerned about, because you were guilty of that, not me. When he shook our hands, he says, these are the people who's be cursing me out on the radio. And I had to tell him, it ain't me, it's you. And I wish I was there to see what his opinion, I wish I was there to see what his opinion is now. Huh?
You spoke truth.
I just wanted to make sure.
He also wanted to know if I was still cursing him out.
He wanted to know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
What should I have said?
You're supposed to say yeah.
I said so.
Okay.
Okay?
That's why I wish I was there so I could clear myself.
Yeah. But there were too many people around. If wasn't too many people, I was going to ask, there's something for you, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
I can be straight.
You sure?
Yeah.
I was going to say to him, listen, my God, the spiritual advisor is a holy man. And the F&M should not victimize him.
Yeah.
But he wanted to know if I was happy here.
Yeah?
Yeah. Listen, I told the Prime Minister that I was happy here. Sabats, don't do no nonsense. Minister wanted to know if I was happy and being well taken care of. I should have said to him, PM, you don't think you could get some more money for me? But I didn't. I'm not selling out. Okay? So I just want you all to know, just in case somebody tell you. But I'm still hiding. There's a woman in Camp Road who's told me that they have a wonderful air-conditioned house.
And you won't believe this. This is so interesting. I forgot to tell you this.
You found the woman?
That place is a safe place.
For true?
Yes.
You're not trying.
I welcome you to go there.
You're not.
That's my family. I was so shocked. Here it is. I went to the location to clean the yard up. And
It's your family.
And my stepbrother says to me, XYZ. I say, really? Yeah, man, you're straight.
Are you recommending?
That's a safe place. Yes.
And I
yes.
can sleep too?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, there's no concern.
Yeah?
No, there's no concern whatsoever. I was shocked.
I'm not going to be led into
There is
temptation.
no concern.
And you think I should go
I'm
and
your
sleep?
spiritual advisor. You should trust me on this one.
Should I carry my wife with me?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes. There's no concern.
Really?
Yeah, that's a safe place.
It's a safe place.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, let me pray over that.
That's a safe place. I was so shocked. I was like, really? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Now, if I had to run from the police, can I escape that bedroom?
Of course.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm telling you. I lived there for 19 years.
Really?
Yeah. It's a safe place.
Okay. Well, I'll think about it.
Yeah, I was really shocked at that, but it is what it is.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is powerful.
Absolutely.
You know, we because it's going to be a long holiday, I want you to start reading some text because I don't want the people them to feel upset. We didn't read any text yesterday because we had Wayne Monroe on the show with us, right? And in fairness, let's read some text, all right? Because there's so many texts.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Mr. Monica, why is Wayne Monroe so hell-bent on condoning or defending the alleged misuse of funds, stealing, maybe a reach, but it's not clear? This was a free-for-all or something of that nature. The text is not clear.
All right. Listen, what is the purpose of a lawyer? The purpose of an attorney is to say for you that you would have said for yourself had you been qualified to say so. Next.
Okay. Mr. Monica, are you aware that Geoffrey Johnstone was a racist and that he was from a racist party?
Listen to me. I know Sir Geoffrey Johnstone, whatever he might have been in his youth, at the point that I know him, he was a wonderful man. And I found nothing racist about him.
Good day, Mr. Mon. Can you send a shout out to a birthday shout out to Tiffany Kelly from her best friend Jessica Monica Ferguson?
Hello, Tiffany Kelly. Today's your birthday. You joined some great people: Betty Bullitt and the former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram.
Right, and that was the next text. Mr. Monica, are you aware that today is Papa's birthday? And of course, you are aware.
I'm aware that today is Papa's birthday. Papa and Betty Bullitt.
Mr. Monica, could you tell Wayne Monroe to produce his list of FNMC would like to see be brought before the court? I think he's flamming. He's a King George III Negro.
No, sir, he's not flamming. This morning, after the Prime Minister departed, a certain FNM showed up, and he was carrying on. He didn't know that I knew that he was corrupt. There were two. And I said to him, listen, would you like to be added to the list? And he said, add him. I said, well, guess who will be my first witness? And he asked me who. I said, Papa. I said, Papa told me you was a gangster. And he said, why don't put me on the list? I said, well, okay, then stop talking loud around here, because I'm going to make a contribution to Mr. Monroe's list. Okay? Go ahead.
Mr. Munker, hold on, right here. Mr. Munker, the persons who were in charge of urban renewal will be invited next to have lunch with the police. Stay tuned.
Well, listen, I'm happy that Bishop Hewlin Hanna is now going to be in charge of urban renewal, because he is a born-again Christian, and he's going to have to demonstrate to me that he will not tolerate victimization. Simple as that. So this might be a blessing in disguise that Bishop Hewlin Hanna is going to be in charge of urban renewal. Because I want the first thing that he does is to tell Menace, Pastor Lanisha Roll, and Pastor Warren Miller, that we can't be firing poor people. Go ahead.
Mr. Munker, can you tell me when an investigation will be done on the immigration department, please, sir?
What allegation against them? Huh?
Well, there's quite a few.
Okay.
We can't discuss it right now, though.
This is good. Go ahead.
Good day, Mr. Munker. I want to do a shout-out to two of the women them in Bryland, Miss Eloise Knowles and Jasmine Bethel. Miss Eloise Knowles and Jasmine Bethel.
Eloise Knowles and Jasmine Bethel, I'm coming down. We salute you.
Tell the caller she need to blame Rodney Munker because he put them on Facebook for the world to see.
Put who on Facebook?
I don't know.
You're talking about the citizens who were charged? Listen, it's news. Plus Wayne Monroe. Gonna need those for evidence. All right? Because what the police and the F&M did to those men are called perp walk. And it's against the law. Tough luck if Carl Bettel didn't know it. All right? Go ahead.
Mrs. Monka, this Mr. Roll, your spiritual advisor, is not. This show is not his show. It is your show. Please respect. God save the Queen. I don't understand that.
God save the Queen. Go ahead.
Good day, Mr. Munker and Mr. S.A. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Where are they? Mr. Munker, help us Bahamians because foreigners have all the jobs. And they play the labor board like fools by putting advertisements in the paper so they can get work permits for their people in their company. It's just a game, knowing they're not going to give the jobs to Bahamians. Mr. Munker, what shall we do?
I say march to Brent Simonet. That's what you do. Don't forget what Brent Simonet told us in the last term. He was a parliamentarian. He said that under the F&M they made $20 million. See how much work permit they sell out? Now, perhaps this term they will give the people an opportunity. I don't know. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Mr. Munker, who are the individuals that make up the anti-corruption task force? Aren't we the people them? Don't we supposed to know who they are?
Well, you ought to know. I believe it's made up of Marvin Dames. Marvin's.
Mr. Munker, I'm amazed at how quickly the F&M put a team together to go after PLP while so many of our citizens are desperately in need of assistance just to get by daily. But, sir, it's the people's time, isn't it?
It's the people's time, and we note in the statement that I read that the leader of the opposition say he will be soon calling the people them out. You see, my principal concern is the strategy of charging one after the other. I received a number of names that the F&M is charging. I don't believe in violence. But all I want to say to the Prime Minister, do not charge Perry, Gladstone, Christie. Because that is the only time I'm prepared to punch somebody. All right? And that is against the law for me to do that. But I will not have that. not while I'm alive. You all charge him when I go home to heaven. Go ahead.
Mr. Munker, we want you to imagine this. There are 1,000 dead persons still on the government payroll.
What is the evidence of that?
Mr. Deputy Prime Minister, the paper trail should be easy to follow. Obviously, there has to be collusion between the personal department when they previously work, where they previously worked, and an accomplice in the Treasury Department. My God, Mr. Munker, $80 million according to John Pender.
Be careful with John Pender. I don't want to say nothing disparaging about him, but be careful. All right? Be careful.
Okay.
Don't rely on John Pender. You rely on K. Peter Turnquest. All right? Don't rely on John because John is losing his way. Next. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
I'm trying this. This is a prayer. Minister Diagla hinted. Sorry, Mr.
Diagla, tell them we're not allowed to call the Aguilar name.
No, they said that he hinted to an article in the Tribune.
Tell them we're not allowed to call his name.
Okay.
Okay? Listen.
Okay.
You all leave the Aguilar name, eh? We have new rules now.
And
then you see, minutes want to know if I'm happy here.
Should I read that?
Let me see it. Goodness of mercy. Just hold on a second. Wayne Monroe, I need you to give me a call because my spiritual advisor has breaking news. And before I break the news, I have to make sure that I'm not being manipulated. Call me on my cell, Mr. Monroe, 434-5760. 434-5760. Anybody see Wayne Monroe? Tell him to call me. Brother Jacks, le ou fini na airport, ale na Arwaki pou gade pou monsieur avocat, moi, di li rele moi kounya. Go ahead.
If they're wrong, they're gonna have
just go to the next one.
Go to jail. Okay.
Just go to the next one.
Okay, Mr. Munker, you're innocent until proven guilty, and the evidence must be presented. The court decides guilt, not the police.
Well, in this case, it will be the jury. And the F&M is systematically poisoning the jury pool. If they continue, it means my spiritual advisor, I have to head the jury.
Wow.
All right? Because I can be very objective. But I believe I'm the only F&M who would bring a not guilty.
Good afternoon, Mr. Munker. You're acting like these guys were not supposed to get locked up. I thought better of you, Mr. Munker. There are homes that aren't fixed from last year, and all this money went missing. You complain about your roof leaking, and you won't feel sympathy for these people. We ought to lock them up, Mr. Munker.
My God, without a trial, my God, without taking into consideration the fact that Shane Gibson was partially crippled. Huh? It's a serious piece of gangsterism. If you're charging a person, I'm not saying not to charge, but should you handcuff him and have him hopping around the place? Come on. Y'all are traumatizing the country. And if we don't be responsible, you're going to cause civil war. All right? And the danger with civil war is there are some white nations who are jealous of the Bahamas, and they will occupy us the way they occupy Haiti. You heard me? So you Negroes, you better act responsibly. All right? Or you'll be occupied. And it's easy for a powerful nation to occupy the Bahamas and turn us back to slaves. And this is the anniversary that we are about to celebrate. The emancipation of the slaves. Wayne Monroe, give me a call quickly. This is Freedom March. I'm reading text because there are many citizens who are complaining that we have not read any. This is Freedom March. We'll be right back after the break.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker. We'll be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. Thousands of our Negro population will be celebrating Emancipation Day. So tonight, the road leads to Fox Hill, where the celebration kicks off. And Monday is the public holiday, August 6th, 2017. While we were off, I was blessed to make contact with Mr. Wayne Monroe, to which we put to him a piece of information that we have received. And I am withholding the information because there are forces who think that they can manipulate me. Monroe has told me to hold it until such time as he can confirm it for me. So my spiritual advisor, that is not to be read, okay?
Right, yeah, we'll hold information.
That's very important. And for the lady who called me and say that I didn't wish Mr. Ingram a happy birthday, I'm going to do it for the 13th time. Happy birthday, former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram. He's 70 years old today. He was born August 4th, 1947 in Grand Bahama. Okay? I just got a text where some contractors are complaining that the Ministry of Work has not paid them for work at some of the graveyard. And as a result of that piece of information, I want to start off by saying to the minister responsible for work, Desmond Bannister, come, Mr. Bannister, pay the people them. And while my mind is taken to the graveyard, I want to update the public. You would recall that there were two Negro males, one named Togi and one named Bobo. Togi and Bobo started off together as PLPs, and they got involved in some controversy. Apparently, Togi walked away from the PLP while Bobo remained. And we have now received information. I have the name of my source who has indicated that Togi, who took fish to Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Minnis, that Togi was allowed to keep his contract in the grave. And Bobo lost it. So I'm going to appeal to Togi to use his influence with Dr. Minnis and say to him, listen, Bobo is my boy. He's my jack. We started out together. Notwithstanding that he remained with the PLP, we grew up together. We all from Baintown. I'm happy that you have allowed me to keep my contracts, but certainly I feel guilty that my boy, my friend, my brethren, my jack, Bobo, lost his own. So, Togi, see what you could do for Bobo. And Bobo, if it don't work, call your MP, Travis. I know you's PLP, and Travis is the F&M representative. But by law, once he has been elected, he now becomes the representative for the entire constituency. So that is the latest thing that we have received, that Togi was allowed to keep his contract. You might not remember that I told you how in July of last year, Togi showed up at the F&M convention, had on a red hat, red shirt, red pants, and red tennis. Bobo, the last time I saw him, he was at a PLP event dancing with the late Dr. Bernard Nottage. Give me some more text.
Hello, Mr. Monker. I am one of the women them from Freeport. I'm here in Nassau with a package for you, and will help you fax them up. Give me a call, please. God save the Queen.
Well, write that number down. I really hope in that package is a real fax machine, because I don't know what management doing here. You see what they give me? And they had me for weeks thinking that this was a real fax machine until somebody told me it's not. But if the fax machine downstairs, I upstairs. I've never seen nothing like this. You all promised me you all can give me a line, right? And a good fax machine so I could just fax them up. You know? Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Good day, Mr. Munker. What happened today was uncalled for with Mr. Gibson. Whatever happened to commission inquiry if this new government feels as though money is missing? This F&M government is very peculiar, and they're carrying out orders properly. They are making no sense, and some of them, I can't use this word, F&M's right along, I can't.
Let me see it.
I can't read the rest of that.
Is it that unsafe?
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that.
Good day, Mr. Munker. What happened yesterday was uncalled for with Mr. Gibson. Whatever happened to a commission of inquiry, if this new government feel it has stolen money or money is missing, this F&M government is very peculiar. They are not carrying out orders properly. They are making no sense. And some of them stupid F&Ms right along with Minis and his stupid team. They're not calling the Prime Minister stupid. They're saying his team is stupid. The F&M is stupid. And it is true.
Okay.
Dr. Minis has a lot of...
Let me see that text.
Right? You thought this was obscene?
No, I didn't think it was obscene.
Man, your contract is secure. All right? Just don't worry about that. Look, folks, I need to keep my spiritual advisor independent. All right? If you all have any landscaping, he's very good.
Yeah, I have some information on my company, actually.
I'll read
that soon. Good afternoon, Mr. Monica. I like your shirt and bow tie today.
I thank you.
You sure need to go and hide this week, and I wonder who will be next. But you need not be afraid. If you haven't done any corruption, you're straight. All right?
Yes.
Mr. Monica.
Well, my ties are made by one of the women them at Bahama Bows. So, and they're looking out for me. I thank you for your compliment, and I have to hide. Don't forget, ministers accuse me of a crime. Whenever the Prime Minister accuses you of a crime, go into hiding. So I'm going to hide this week. And since the spiritual advisor think that Camp Road would be safe, I might hide there. I might. Go ahead.
I live in Palmetto Point, Mr. Munker.
Yes.
And immigration must have sold us out to Jamaicans and Haitians. Somebody better get up here because illegals and illegal marriages are all in this place.
Illegal marriages?
God help us all.
Now, be careful now. Marriages are to be performed by marriage officers. All right? So if a marriage officer perform a wedding, then it would be lawful. Unless, of course, one of the parties has already been in a marriage and does not have a divorce. Okay?
Mr. Monica, I need you to send a shout out to my son, Rayvon.
Rayvon. It's a shout from who? His mother? Rayvon, I salute you.
Yeah, from his mom, yeah.
From your mom. Next.
Spiritual advisor. Defend Mr. Minister so much. Why don't you defend the people who losing their jobs every day? I hope they get their lawsuit money ready, because ain't nothing coming out these prosecutions.
So the Minister of Work did not respect that we had a year left to do the grave cleaning. He took all the contracts back, knowing a year was left after signing for them in March. They have owed us from March up to the day without pay for five, I don't know, months. That part was left out. Bannister, do me a favor, man. Take care of the people. I don't want to say unkind things about you. I feel bad when I run into your mother and then she complains. You follow my point? I respect your mother. So act properly so I don't have to say anything out the way. I feel bad when I run into her and she say, Mr. Munker, do you know that Desmond is my son? And I just don't know what to say. And she's telling me she don't like me cussing you out. All right? So take care of these people so I don't have to say nothing that will upset your mother. And I'm so happy that she's alive and doing well. All right? Stop it. Please take care of the people. It's the people's time. Goodness of mercy. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
Spiritual advisor, please don't get in Mr. Monker's way today.
I have
Okay?
a caller.
Let him run on, please.
Hello. Welcome to Freedom March and happy Emancipation Day.
Hello.
Yes. How are you?
I'm fine, and you, Mr. Monka?
Okay. What's on your mind?
My name is Gladstone, and I'm 8 years old, and I like to watch Freedom March.
Really? Your name is Gladstone?
Yes, sir.
And you love Freedom March?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm happy that you do, and I want you to be a good citizen now, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thank you for loving Freedom March. Take good care.
Okay, thank you.
God bless you. That's powerful. Do we have? Good. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor. It's a long holiday, and I need you to speak to my people because I want them to be law-abiding. Hollandale, we welcome you. And also, it looks like the Communist Party of Cuba is still monitoring us. Hello, comrades. Long live the revolution. And try to see if you can negotiate with President Trump. He's a great man. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, Mr. Monk. How are you doing?
Listen.
Spiritual advisor.
How are you?
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
My question directed to spiritual advisor.
Hey.
When you said this government is only working with people who did something, who you meant?
No, that was the text I was reading.
No,
You mean when I said to Mr. Monka?
Yeah.
No. Remember what we see happening? We see people being brought before the courts,
You
right?
said with somebody, with people did, working with persons who did something.
Right.
So what do you mean by that? I thought a man is innocent
Until proven guilty. Right. So you understand that, right?
I'm asking you.
Yeah,
if you understand that.
So so what do you want me to do? You want me to retract my statement?
No, you said that this government is working with people who did something.
Right.
So because those persons were brought before the court,
right.
Are you saying they did
now,
something?
so here's what I want to do. I want to satisfy you, right? I want to do this. Let me satisfy you. What do you need me to do to make you happy? Because obviously you're upset about something I said.
I'm just like Mr. Monica say. Things that F&Ms especially are saying can be prejudicing the cases.
Right.
Because you're saying things that the F&M is brought in with people who did something.
Well, I know the F&M is on a campaign to weed out corruption. I know they said that.
Yeah, I understand
and so
that.
we see some things happening now.
Yeah,
and of course, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. So
why you say people who did something?
Well, let me apologize. Listen, I am sorry. Forgive me. I want you to forgive me.
Be very careful because these are some of the things that Mr. Munker is saying.
Yes, ma'am.
That loose lips and tongue.
Yes, ma'am.
Would prejudice the case.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to be very careful because the man is innocent.
Yes, until proven guilty. Yes, ma'am. I agree with you.
Even though the F&M brought them before the court.
Yes,
no matter how strong the F&M think their case may be.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with you 100%.
I think the spiritual advisor has your point. Take care, my dear.
PLPs, man.
My spiritual advisor, leave the PLP alone, eh?
PLPs, man.
Stop it.
God.
Don't you love the PLP?
With a PLP self.
Huh?
Get the next call.
What's your problem? You're going to lose your religion.
Oh, my God. These people are something else, eh?
But she's right.
Yeah, okay.
You should not have made that kind of statement.
Okay.
All right?
No problem. Next.
You do apologize.
I do apologize,
Don't forget now, it's 60,000 PLP plus me. Okay? Go ahead.
You F&M?
Yes, but
okay,
I said 60,000 PLP plus one F&M against you.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Munker. It's a pleasure watching your show from Freeport.
We thank you.
Shout out to Mrs. Dorothy, Eloise, and Mrs. Jasmine Bethel in Harbor Island. They are your women them.
Listen, ladies at Harbor Island, we salute you and we look forward to meet you in Harbor Island. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, Mr. Manka.
Yes, ma'am.
I was just following up from the last caller you have when the lady talked about the spiritual advisor making the comment.
Yes.
And then after the lady hung up, you know, he went on to say these PLPs.
Please forgive the spiritual advisor.
Oh, this another PLP again?
My spiritual advisor.
No, this is another Bahamian citizen.
All right, so what's your gripe?
That's what it is.
What's your gripe?
And that's what you should be talking like you are one of them.
Of course.
You always, you know,
I'm
when
a proud
somebody
Bahamian.
call and they opposing your little F&M party, you run a little hot.
No. No.
But when they talking what you want here, yeah. Yes,
Ma'am.
you need to be careful.
Ma'am,
everybody is right. And then you always have an answer. Ma'am, I didn't mean... You mean it? That's them PLP again? No, that's a Bahamian who's concerned about the Bahamas.
Okay, good. And the
until you get to that point,
yes, ma'am.
Then you could sit down there with that good man, Mr. Rodney Munker, and be on this show.
There's another PLP.
Goodbye. Have a good weekend. Bye.
I thank you.
Another
caller.
PLP.
Well, my spiritual advisor, stop attacking my friends. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Munker.
Okay, what's on your mind?
Yeah, but what the lady said just now, she is right for that.
Okay.
You know,
go ahead.
You talking about hiding and Camp Road.
Yes.
If I was you, I want to go there because your spiritual advisor can tell minutes where you live.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. You see, because every time you call minutes name, it's like something run through him, like he ate it.
Wow.
But every time somebody talk about a PLP, he's shouting.
Yeah.
Joel is an international crook, man.
Hey,
don't attack the spiritual advice. He's safe.
I believe Dr. Minister is going to turn out to be one of the best prime ministers we have had, you know.
He can be, because he got people like you all backing him who ain't got no brain.
Wow. Anyway, I think you've given the spiritual advisor enough rebuking for the day.
Have a good weekend, eh, my friend?
I'll try, thanks.
Okay, no
problem.
problem.
Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Good afternoon, Sir Rodney of Black Village.
Indeed, I am. What's on your mind? Hello, what's on your mind?
Hello, Sir Rodney.
Sir.
Listen, you mentioned the 60,000 PLPs are you.
Yes.
But my numbers here add up to that, because I think in the popular vote, they only get about 38,000.
Who's that? Who got 38?
Where the other 22 come from?
Who got 38? Who got 38? Answer the question, please.
Hello?
Who got 38,000?
38,000, right?
Who got it? Who got it?
The PLP.
They got only 38,000 votes they got?
That's all. Where the other 22,000 votes come from?
They thief it. I gone. Bye. Next Negro citizen. It's amazing, eh? I mean, these F&M talk more nonsense. Hello? Welcome.
Rodney.
Yes, sir.
I have two problems.
You have two problems. Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Problem number one.
Incivility to members of the public when they're under arrest.
Okay.
Those men, especially Shade Gibson, supposed not to be treated in that manner.
It was horrible.
The police was incivil towards him.
That was horrible.
I watched him hop from Nassau Street Station up those stairs.
Yeah. That
Number
was sad.
two, the government must have lost their head when they tell the judge of the Bahamas that he has to verify.
Yeah.
They must lost their mind to tell the judge that. Right?
Well, it tells you that they believe that all y'all Negroes are dishonest. All right?
Yes, sir.
But anyway, let's hearken to the call to take to the street peacefully in protest. All right?
And Rodney,
yeah,
I don't like the way they treat the woman them yesterday at the court.
Don't worry.
Run them from the court. Tell them go on the road.
Yeah, don't worry about that. One
Rodney.
One day,
freedom
will flow like a mighty river. Take good care. Happy Emancipation. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mongo.
Sir, how are you?
Can I speak to a spiritual advisor?
Yes, you may speak to my spiritual advisor, but I want you to speak to him in a godly manner, okay? Go ahead.
Mr. Spiritual Advisor, you're a good man, and don't worry about these attacks That's only for losing PLPs that are attacking you. Sensible PLPs know why they voted for the FNM.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
don't get down. Get your own show.
I need you to repeat it again because there were some PLPs that did vote for the FNM.
My spiritual advisor, why you want to have this man upset me?
Yeah.
Mr. Monka, I'm a DNA. I'm not an FNM or PLP, but your show biased, and you need to do better because you're showing us why the PLP lost.
Okay. Goodbye, DNA.
Appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I want to speak with your freedom. Your
spiritual advisor?
Yeah.
Please don't crucify him, but he's here.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah. Everything okay?
Spiritual advisor.
How are you, man?
Don't you let those woman them losers upset you. They got 5 years to go through this, okay?
Yeah.
Just let them know they got 5 years to go through
My
this.
God, where all these F&M come from?
I'm a peaceful and loving person. It doesn't affect me. I'm a peaceful and loving person. I love everybody. It doesn't matter who they are.
Anyway.
Thank you for your call, though. God bless you, my brother.
Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello. Hello. Hello one more time. Okay. My spiritual advisor, it appears that the F&M is organizing a kind of rallying around you.
I must agree with you early on a comment. Based on my Christianity and my my humaneness, I personally believe that Shane Gibson should have been offered a bit more courtesy as a human being. When I saw him limping, yeah, I did have a problem with that, honestly.
When you say this to your prime minister?
His feet, obviously, he has an injury.
He had a surgery.
Yeah. And I believe he should have been offered a courtesy either to be driven to
or lift up
or placed in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know?
Anyway.
I disagree with that one.
If the prime minister don't ask God for forgiveness, he may go to hell. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, Mr. Monka.
My love.
How are you this evening?
I'm emotional, but speak to me.
I want to say hello also to the spiritual advisor.
Hi, how are you?
I think both you and Mr. Monka make a very beautiful team. It's like you have an F&M and you have a F&M card holder.
Right.
And so it's like a equal balance.
Absolutely. That's the way I see it.
Two F&Ms.
Absolutely.
I want to say that I am very disappointed as to what happened to Mr. Shane Gibson yesterday afternoon by the courts. That was the first day. I was very saddened with all of the other men. But when I saw Mr. Gibson on television, it drew me to tears. I feel that the government of this country needs to be a little bit more compassionate. We need a calming head leader. It really appears as if our prime minister is bitter. Even when he speaks, the way that he speaks is in a harsh tone. He needs to calm the language down. The country is divided along political lines. You have friends not calling friends. They don't even know how to speak to each other.
Wow.
Because of the situation that's in our country today. And let me tell you something. God is not a God of confusion.
Oh, hallelujah!
Amen.
And confusion is being incited into this country by these new elected officers of our country. They need to speak calm. Some of them are not talking at all. So I believe some of them do not like what is being done. But they cannot say, because the prime minister now wants to own this country, and he wants to rule this country with an autocratic fist. But he better take his autocratic hands of this country in the name of Jesus.
Oh, hallelujah.
Loose it and let freedom flow.
Let freedom flow.
We will march.
March.
Because our leader,
yes,
Mr. Philip Brave Davis, has called us.
Spiritual advisor, grab a Bahamian flag.
To march. And we will be marching. But allow...
Take good care, my love. It is time to march. Tell the people on the phone to hold on. A woman of God
That's a
has
powerful call.
heard the call.
That's a powerful call.
Let us march. Let us march. Let's march. Let us march. Oh, my people, let us march. There's a freedom march. It's time to march
Must have been led by the
peacefully
Spirit.
through the street. A Holy Ghost woman she is.
Do you have something to say to the senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. My spiritual advisor who's been under attack is Bradley Rowell. Bradley did sin. He ought to have said that an accused person is presumed to be innocent, my spiritual advisor.
Until proven guilty.
Until proven guilty.
Absolutely, that's the law.
And you believe in that
That's
principle.
the principle, yes.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I've been mashed up left, right, and center. The only person who seemed to be on my side is Geraldine Benaby. And I thank you so much for speaking of me, Geraldine. She says some nice things about me.
This is powerful.
Here on the ILTV Facebook page. But everybody else is just mashing me up.
Well, listen.
Geraldine, I love you. And I thank you so much for saying nice
This
things
is
about me.
powerful.
Eh?
Off air, a number of Negro men continue to call me to complain over how the PLP treated FNMs who had contract, didn't terminate it, allow it to expire. And there is a man who complained, and he says he's very upset over how Desmond Bannister has terminated the contract prematurely. Desmond, these Negro citizens have nowhere else to go. And you and I, we're getting old. Let's treat these young people very well so that when we are old, they will hold our hands and lead us across the street. Other than that, if we mistreat them, one day when we are old, they will drop kick us. So let's treat the young people properly, okay? My spiritual advisor, you have more text to read?
You're going to have to do something with that call.
Yeah, okay.
That's the text line there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, if you want to call into the show, the number is 323-7775. If you call the text line at this stage, it interferes with my spiritual advisor ability to read the text.
Mr. Monker, Dr. Minnis needs to know the difference between revenge and justice.
Say that again?
Dr. Minnis needs to know the difference between revenge and justice.
Okay, well, I have a text that says Monker, Papa, and Minnis equal Papa, Doc. I don't know. Hello! Happy Emancipation Day. Welcome to Freedom March. Can you hear me? Hello?
If you'd like.
Next line.
Hang up and.
Welcome to Freedom March.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Monk. How you doing?
I am fine, and what is on your mind, sir?
Excellent. Good afternoon to you, the spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon. How
Mr.
are you?
Mr. Monk, my point, the lady who committed the murder the other day got away. She was found guilty, spent 1 year in jail. They turned around, give her bail for murder after 1 year.
Stop. You must say it correctly. She was convicted. She spent 1 year. During that period, she appealed to the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal has quashed the conviction. So she has returned to a position as if she was never convicted. Therefore, she, in the view of the court, was therefore entitled to bail. You got that?
Yeah, I got that, Mr. Monk. But
now,
I want
is
you to
your
look
problem?
at when the news showed her when they was walking out. Mr. Monk, those police was behind her, and they like so gentle with her. You see how they treated the whole chain, Gibson? I mean, what this country going to? Are we still prejudiced?
But you know what it is. Don't you know what it is? You all are the children of slaves. And we love white people. And there's nothing wrong with loving white people. But we have not learned to love ourselves. So one of the things that you have to do now is to teach yourself and your children how to love themselves. And once you love yourself, you will love other black people. All right?
Mr. Munker,
Go ahead.
Mr. Munker, one more point. Crime. The Prime Minister, and I love the Prime Minister. He's a great man. I think he's going to be one of the best Prime Ministers the country ever had. But he needs to address this illegal immigration problem in this country. That's the number one thing he needs to address. If he addressed that, crime will go down because why? These are the fellas who on the streets ain't doing nothing. They will be able to get jobs and idle hands do idle things.
Now why?
Thank you, Mr. Munker.
Hold on. You gone?
I can hold on.
Just for a few seconds. Yeah, we have crime, and while we have a problem with illegal immigration, it has nothing to do with these Negroes who are committing murder over cocaine, over drugs, over man, over woman. It has nothing to do with it. I don't want you to confuse the issue. You take good care, and long live the revolution.
Long live the Queen, Mr. Munker.
Amen. Yeah. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello, good day, Mr. Munker.
Sir?
Yes, what I don't understand, right, all of my life, right, what I learned about Bahamians, right, Bahamians is a population with, like, propaganda. They love it.
They do.
They love it.
Yes.
All you have to do is to them and say, this happened, and they will run with that all over the place.
Yeah.
Most of the times, I hear callers calling in, saying to you, why you got to keep beating up on the FNM? Why you this? Why you that? How come they don't call Bon McCartney and tell them, why you don't stop beating up on the PLP?
Yeah.
Every Jesus Christ day, Bon McCartney have something to say about the PLP.
Well,
no one tells him nothing.
I think they know that Vaughn is not safe. I think that's a part of the problem. But your point is well taken. Okay?
Yeah, so, you know, that's what I don't understand. Why do they keep saying that? And what another thing, right? I always hear this thing, but contract.
Yes.
Man, to me, right? Man always compromise themselves for teens. We let women do them things. Man don't compromise themselves for teens, you know. That's why God made man first, because he knew who the man was, that he wouldn't compromise himself for teens. But when I hear people keep talking about this contract business, I know the prisoners used to clean the graveyards. That's used to clean the graveyard. That's used to clean up the place. Ministry of Work never to be contracting over everything. That's where waste is going. They got people.
Well, I want to disagree with that final part of what you're saying. The reality of the matter is government has to find jobs.
Well, tell them find a way to do that then.
And to the extent that they are unable to find it, they have to give out work. And so, and in this difficult period of time, I want ministers to spend, and find the money. You have a good...
Robert, I'm spending, you know, Mr. Munker.
I got your point.
Yes, okay, have a good day.
God save the Queen.
All right, sir.
Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, Mr. Munker.
Yes?
How you do?
You's the Conky Joe man who's playing Negro and fool me?
No, listen to me now. Don't hang up on me.
Okay, let me hear you
now,
quickly. 2 seconds.
Mr. Munker, you know what's happening now?
What?
It's the PLP cost that, you know, not the FNM.
Cost what?
To keep their hand out of the cookie jar, and these things wouldn't happen.
Listen to me. You know that certain FNM man?
I don't know who you're talking about.
You know exactly who I'm talking about, because I know who you are.
Yes, you are?
He was a crook when he was in the PLP.
Who?
And when he went to the FNM, he became a super crook.
Who?
I can't call the man name. You can call him to sue me. Take it care.
Oh, all right.
Next phone call. Hello? 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 Give me another person, because they're not answering me. And time is running. Hello? Next person. Welcome.
Mr. Munker, how are you, sir?
I am fine. What's on your mind? Talk to me quickly.
All right. I'm calling. What's happening now underneath the whole PLP regime?
Yes.
The Prime Minister saw these things happening, and he never confronted the problem.
Which problem?
Now that the problem is exposed.
What problem? What problem? What problem are you talking about?
mishandling of funds in all these ministries.
Let me give you a story. But before I give you the story, be honest with me. How old are you? How old are you?
May I'm 52.
Okay then.
I am 52.
Do you remember when Earl Thompson, right, tried a maneuver at the National Insurance? Him, Bradshaw, and all of them other scallywags and Pinling prosecute their backside. It was Janet Boswick and her husband who got Earl off. You ain't know what you're talking? I don't want to say nothing because Earl got some powerful children in the F&M. Stop it before you cost me to open the book. Pinling prosecute a bunch of crooks, and as he prosecute them, guess where they went? They're in the F&M. You take good care and go study your history. Next Negro person.
Mr. Moncur.
So.
How you doing?
Listen, I'm upset now. What's on your mind?
Listen, I want to tell you something how to get rid of crime by 90%.
Go ahead.
All you have to do is hang the murderers.
Yes.
The rapists. Give them 3 cat 9 tail when they go in and come out.
Okay.
The ones who got the gun, give them 3 cat 9 when they come out of jail and 3 when they're going back in.
Now, when you say cat 9,
when they're going in and when they come back out.
When you say cat 9, are you
cat
talking?
9 tail, yeah.
You're talking about the tail of the pussy cat.
That's correct. And all the drug dealers, who you give them 3 cat 9 when they're going out and coming out. And the ones who got the gun, if they find got a gun and ain't got a license, 3 cat 9
now,
tail when
what area you live in?
What
constituency you live in?
Where you living in?
What area? Who's your MP?
MP now? Warren Miller.
Who?
Warren Miller.
Now, you's an old man or a young man?
Old man, 80 years old.
Okay, but I can't tell you, because if you was young, I was going to say, call your MP.
Waste of time.
Really?
Yes, let me tell you something again, what you don't know about.
This is Minister Warren Miller.
Brother Moncur.
Sir.
13 April, the foreign minister, prime minister, I sent him a letter and told him that when he become if he ever become prime minister, you got to use the cat to stop the murder, to stop the guns, stop the drugs. And other things I tell him, but I can't tell you over the phone.
No, don't say nothing dirty. And what did
minister? No, they ain't nothing to do with that. I tell him how to deal with certain people.
Did minister?
How to treat the poor.
Did minister
answer?
Take
care of the poor and leave the rich alone.
Did he answer your letter?
Huh?
Did he answer your letter?
No, he tear it up.
Wow. You take good care.
Moncur. I'm disappointed because we could have saved, but 20 murders could have been saved.
Wow.
When people hear about cat 9 tail, they run.
Yeah.
You know that.
I know. Listen, call me Tuesday and have a safe Emancipation holiday, okay?
Call you Tuesday.
All right. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Talk to me quickly.
Mr. Moncur?
Pardon?
Could you hear me?
I can hear you. Speak.
Yeah, Mr. Moncur.
Sir.
This is my first time call, man.
Welcome.
I really enjoy your show.
Thank you.
Man, you're doing a good job. But,
thank you.
I want the spiritual advisor to read the 14th Psalms.
The 14th Psalms.
The 14th
yes,
Psalms.
Okay.
I want him to read that.
Okay. All right.
And I enjoy your show. I look at you every day.
I thank you very much, okay?
Okay, sir.
And whenever Mr. Davis called for all the people to march, I want you to come. So
I'll come.
This is powerful. This is powerful.
Oh, yeah. TLT all the way.
Say it again.
TLT all the way.
Now, I can repeat it, and then you say all the way.
Okay.
PLP!
All the way.
PLP!
All the way.
Wow. Where all these PLP come from?
This is a PLP show.
Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How you doing?
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Great.
What's on your mind?
Mr. Moncur, you look very nice. Look like you're going to get married again.
Wow. Don't say that because my wife might be watching and her sisters them is throw conch shell at me. My wife got plenty sisters. Okay?
Anyway, y'all two have a wonderful weekend.
I thank
You're
you.
the same.
Happy Emancipation.
I
Same
thank
to
you,
you.
my dear. Meet me in Foxhill.
And be safe.
All right. Goodbye. Take it care. Anybody else? Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Monco. How you doing?
Right here, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. I like your show a lot. I think it's really great. I know yesterday there's been a lot of talks going around with how Mr. Sheen Gibson was dealt. I know a lot of persons don't agree with it. I know F&Ms who don't agree with how he was dealt. It should have been dealt with in a proper manner. But will you be sending a letter with ministers with how some reform should be made with the justice system?
You're suggesting that I should do that?
I mean, you as the leader of the Freedom March.
Well, yes, I can do that, but right now I'm also a victim. Minister has written me a letter accusing me of a crime. And so I'm also a victim because I have penetrated the strategy. You see, one of the key elements, and I'm sincere with this, in getting the PLP, they have to find a way to get me. Because they know, for every time I see an injustice being inflicted upon the PLP, I'm coming to their defense. So they're trying to get all of us one time. But I shall resist the devil. Take it here.
Mr. Monco, what you can tell Brave Davis now that the party has to be restructured. Everything has to change. I know you're going to be one of the persons helping with the PLP to come back
a
to win the next.
high-level meeting the earlier part of this week in the western district of the island. And I have been invited to sit down and make some suggestion. And I shall do it after prayer. Okay? You take good care.
All right. Also, one thing. We can't get you when the show starts.
Yes, it's on Facebook. You're saying you can't see us when
no, I mean, like, I know you only accept calls like the last 30 minutes of the segment, during your show.
Yeah, that tend to happen depending on the amount of issues. But I got to let you go because it's only 9 more minutes before the show ends and there's somebody on the line. Call me
All right, no problem.
Tuesday. You sound like a good man to march. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, Mr. Monker.
Yes, my dear.
How are you?
Listen, I'm upset.
Oh, okay. I was meaning to call the show in on yesterday, but I know yesterday was a very
rough day.
Yeah.
So what was on your mind yesterday? Say it quickly.
Well, Monker, I really was disturbed.
What had you disturbed?
I was disturbed about the handling of Mr. Shane.
Which
Gibson.
means
I know
you will march then. Huh? Will you march?
Yes.
Just as good. So get ready.
I really call in to say, you have some women though, them from North Andros that usually tune into your show every day.
Right.
And their mother and grandmother.
Yes.
One of their mother and the rest of those are their grandmother, the Reverend Minerva Pratt of Kong Sang, North Andros.
Minerva Pratt. She what?
She had passed. She has died.
Oh, please have my
about
sympathies.
2 days ago.
Tell the family
And
have my sympathy.
I wanted you to send our condolences to the woman them.
Listen.
Because they log on to your show every day.
I'll let them know. Listen, families of the late Reverend Minerva Pratt, please have our sympathies. We know how you feel. Take good care. We shall say a silent prayer. Okay.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend.
Next caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monker.
Hello, my dear.
And spiritual advisor. How are you both today?
We're doing great. How about yourself?
Quickly, I want you to please send a shout out to Miss Ruth Hutchison and Karen Johnson in Palmetto Point.
Ruth
They listen to
Hutchison.
you every day, and they're two of the women them.
Okay.
And also, I wish everybody in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas a safe Emancipation Day, and I hope and pray that we will really emancipate our minds from mental slavery, and that we will have more love in our hearts.
What is Karen's
towards our
surname?
fellow man.
What is Karen's surname again?
Karen Johnson and Ruth Hutchison in Palmetto Point.
I got to let you go because time is running.
Okay. God bless the Queen. God save the Queen.
God bless her and save her. Ruth Hutchison and Karen Johnson. Listen, I'm pleased that y'all are the woman them. And when Philip Brave Davis called for this march, I want you all to catch the mail boat and come to Nassau to march. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Monica.
Hello, my dear.
Fine.
What's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Mr. Spiritual Advisor.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Now, Mr. Spiritual Advisor.
Yes, ma'am.
You say that you are a Christian, right?
Absolutely.
So don't you think that you should be praying more for the country and ask Mr. Minister to desist and cease whatever plans he has?
Well,
and to Mr. Manka.
Yes?
Don't you think that Mr. Minister or Papa, right, Papa could call Mr. Minister and tell him, well, look here, the way you do it going about business.
Papa, don't tell him.
He needs to stop that.
Papa, don't tell him.
He needs to tell him stop that. And those wicked policemen, they need to stop that.
Papa told Minis, this is not the way to do it, but Minis had it.
He could have called all of them in the room, like Fred, whoever he want to call in the room and question them. He wants to be parading them.
I got to let you go.
In the courtyard.
But you were right. Papa told. But Minis wouldn't listen. You know the things Papa told Minis? And Minis had the contract. Papa said, get rid of it. Minis ain't do it. All right? Spiritual advisor, it appears that the people them think you're not praying enough
for the country.
And that you should be giving.
But I always mention it. I always mention that we're praying that the government of Bahamas would do governance that will be not selective, but it would be in a way that would benefit the entire Bahamian population. I always do that.
Now,
I always pray.
It's a long holiday.
Absolutely.
So, folks, Freedom March will not return until Tuesday because Monday is a holiday. It's Emancipation Day. So I want everybody to be safe. Okay? Avoid foolishness. Somebody marched. We working on Monday? Oh, I thought they said I must come to work on Monday. I was so excited. I don't know why, because I ain't got nothing to do on Monday. But we will do the rerun of the shows on Monday. So you can join ILTV Monday afternoon, 4 to 6, and then the following day, 8 to 10. And if it is God's will, the spiritual advisor and I shall return to the studio. But I intend to hide. Okay, I'm still hiding from the Prime Minister, even though I was caught off guard. My security was grossly incompetent. Because I have my strategy. Once I say to break off, run. And management has just told me that there's a basement here if I need to hide. All right? So I want you all to be safe. Okay? Let's be safe. Let's be wise. You're going down to Fox Hill, somebody miss and throw a little beer on your girlfriend. All right? Just wipe it off and keep moving.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
You're going on there, and one of the bigger boys decide he's going to take your girlfriend. But be like me. I'm going to leave mine home. All right?
Or when he's not looking, teeth her back.
Yes. All right? But this is a period in our history that we should be celebrating Emancipation Day without violence. Emancipation Day without murder. And then you will find that the police, as they maintain security, will be making little advice and suggestion. They might say, don't park here, don't get mad. Do what I do. Sing a nice song. All right?
Cooperate.
Cooperate.
Yeah.
That's
the bottom line. Cooperate.
Yes. All right? And sometimes you don't know why the police is giving you a particular advice, a particular suggestion. And then I want you to put your politics in your pocket until Tuesday. All right? So no matter who you run into, don't get caught up in the politics. All right? Let's celebrate as a people. We are blessed by God that after over 450 years of slavery, we are the inheritors of 700 islands, 2,000 rocks and keys, and 100,000 square miles of ocean with plenty fish and conquer. So God has blessed us. And we are 50 miles off the coast of the most powerful nation on God's side, the United States. So we have great potential if we maintain law and order and if we educate ourselves. Great potential. In fact, the Bahamas is perhaps one of God's greatest creation. So let's be smart, man. Let's enjoy it, right? And let's be civil towards each other. And let's not kill anybody, because murderers are going to hell. Take it from me. And then one day, a government with balls is going to come to power. And murderers will be hanged. It's been introduced to these islands ever since the British governor, Woodes Rogers, came here and hang all them pirates and expel them and restore commerce. And no matter what they tell you, we are not the descendants of the pirates. Well, some of us are. So I want you all to be safe, okay? I really enjoy it. Spiritual advisor, grab your flag. Grab two. Raise up your flag. It's emancipation. Hold out your hand kind of low, my spirit. Oh yeah. Hold it up. And as we heard the cry in Foxhill that we were emancipated, we shouted, freedom! Oh, freedom, freedom, freedom! Freedom! Freedom, freedom, freedom.
Have a great
freedom!
Weekend.
Take good care, my people.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.